I spent 12 years on the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. I've been a small businessman for 34 years. Been married for 40 years. I'm a lifelong resident of the state of Missouri. We have 2 children and 4 grandchildren. My law enforcement experience has given me a great experience with regard to law and the Constitution, which I take very seriously. And that's part of the reason that I'm running, is because I believe that we have a Constitution that's supposed to regulate our government. However, it's a self-governing document. So the people in Congress are in charge of actually regulating themselves according to the Constitution, if they were to choose to follow the Constitution. And they're not supposed to have a choice, but there's no policeman over them to say, oh, wait a minute. Well, the only policeman over them is us, because we are the people who put them in office. And we should be using our power to regulate them, to pull them back from Congress if they're not obeying the Constitution. And that's a big problem that we have right now, is that they are making laws that they have no jurisdiction to make the laws.
And you are seeking to represent District 4 of the in the United States House of Representatives for Missouri. You're running against a Republican incumbent, Vicky Hartzler. Why did you choose to take on Representative Hartzler in this race?
She has, in the entirety of her presence in the Congress, has voted to grow government, to increase the size and expense of government. Under her watch, the government has grown to $20 trillion in debt, and I think that is inappropriate, that I believe the people are better stewards of their money, and the government needs to, on the back, I have a business card that I give out to people, and on the back of that card it lists the very few things that the federal government is allowed to be involved in. All other activities are supposed to be controlled either by the state or the people. So if they're not allowed to be involved in all these other activities, then we should not be funding activities that they're not allowed to be involved in. She's voted to continually fund all types of legislation that the federal government's not allowed to be involved in. Well, the Constitution is the bedrock of my campaign. Mm-hmm. Morality is supposed to be our guide in everything that we do, and I'm all about the Constitution. The document is supposed to regulate the government. It's not supposed to, the government wasn't, that's what Patrick Henry said, was that the Constitution was written to restrict the government. It wasn't written to restrict the people. But this government has the opinion, the people in Congress have the opinion that their job is to regulate us and every facet of our lives. And that's not true. The Constitution does not give them that power.